Today I read Grace for President. One more Monday morning in September, Miss Barton rolled out a big poster with all of the president pictures on it. Grace Campbell could not believe her eyes. Where are the girls? That is a very good question, said Mrs. Barton. The truth is, our country has never had a woman president. No girl presidents ever? Grace asked. No, I'm afraid not, said Mrs. Barton. Grace sat at her desk and sweat. No girls who'd ever heard of such crazy things. Finally, she raised her head. Yes, Grace. I've been thinking it over, and I'd like to be president. The several students in class laughed. Well, I think that's a store-bought idea, Grace, said Mrs. Ferguson. In fact, we can have our own election right here at Woodrow Wilson Elementary. The snakes in the room stopped. Grace nodded. Who would anyone else like to run for president? Mrs. Burton asked the class. Nobody raised their hands. Becoming a president was going to be easy, Grace thought. The next day, Mrs. Barton made an indictment. In the name of democracy, I have invited Mr. Waller class to join our election. The class has nominated Thomas Cobb to be their president candidate. Grace heard think. Thomas was the school spelling bee champion. He always took a blue ribbon at the science fair, and he was captain of the soccer team. Becoming a president wasn't going to be easy after all, Grace thought. The teachers put names of all 50 states and districts of Columbia into a hat. Everyone except for Grace and Thomas got to choose a state. I'm Texas, says Anthony. I'm the New Hampshire, said Rose. I'm the Michigan. I'm Michigan, said Roby. What does the number 17 mean? Each state is assigned a number of electoral vote. That number is determined by how many people live in the state, said Mrs. Barton. Each of you will be a representative for our state. Altogether, our country has 538 electoral votes. Mr. Waller explained on election day, the candidate who received 270 electoral votes or more wins the election. Why 270? Asked Rose. That's more than half of all electoral votes, Mr. Waller said. Becoming a president really wasn't going to be so easy, Grace thought. Grace came out with a clear slogan. Thomas make history. Vote Grace Campbell for president. Thomas came up with his own campaign slogan. Vote for Thomas Cobb, the best man for the job. Grace listened to what ideas were important to the students, and she made a list of campaign promise. A peaceful school, no bullies, a cleaner school, no littering, better hot lunches, no more fish stick tackles. Thomas made up his own list of promises. Free tutoring, free soccer lesson, fish steak takeouts every week. Grace made campaign posters and buttons. Thomas made posters and buttons too. Each week, the teacher set aside time for the cadets to meet with their candidates. Polls were taken. Voters were making their choices. Grace continued to campaign. At the recess, she gave speeches. During lunch, she handed out free cupcakes. After school, she helped runners. Meanwhile, Thomas wasn't worried. He had cleverly calculated that the boys held slightly more electoral votes than the girls. At recess, Thomas studied his spelling words. During lunch, he worked on his latest science experiment. After school, he played soccer. Even before the election, Grace made good on her promise. She joined the safety squad, the organized a school beautification committee, and she volunteered her time in the school cafeteria. In early November, Winter Wilson Elementary hosted a special election day as seen by Grace and Thomas took their places on stage as the school band began to play. Henry was the first to approach the microphone. The Yellow Warhammer State of Alabama cast its 9 electoral vote for Thomas Cobb. Fletcher said the last frontier state of Alaska cast its 3 electoral votes for the best man for the job, Thomas Cobb. Hannah called out. The Grand Canyon states of Arizona cast its 10 electoral votes for Grace Campbell, and so it went. State after state cast the electoral vote. The scoreboard is in the gymnasium kept track on the totals. The voting demonstration was quickly coming to an end. Clara approached the podium. The Banker state of Wisconsin cast its 10 votes for my best friend, Grace Campbell. Grace looked at the scoreboard. Thomas has 2,068 electoral votes. She has 2,267. There was only one state still unaccounted for. Thomas grinned. Grace felt sick. Sam walked up to the microphone. He looked at Thomas. He looked at Grace. He looked down at Grace's handmade flag. Sam didn't say a word. What are you waiting for? Thomas whispered. The band stopped playing. All eyes were on Wyoming. Finally, Sam cleared his throat. The awkward state of Wyoming caused the three electric votes for Grace Campbell. The gymnasium echoed in loud cheers in the few booths. Miss Barton approached the podium with 2,070 electoral votes. The winner is Grace Campbell. Thomas looked stunned. Grace hugged Sam. Why did you do it? She asked. Sam handed Grace in flat. Grace his flat because, she said, I thought you were the best person for the job. The following week, the students in Miss Barton's class were preparing for Carrie, the presentation. Grace volunteered to go first. She stood at the front of the room and glanced at the poster still hanging on the wall. This time, everyone believed that she would. Thank you,